Welcome in. Happy Menu Monday. You know what? We're about to have spring, I think. We're about to. I love the time change. I love the sunshine. But man, I tell you what, these cold temperatures are hanging on. At night, 21, 22 degrees. But during the day, it's still a perfect time to visit the Nashville Zoo. Well, the Predators play, and it doesn't matter what the weather is like outside. Inside, it's always icy.
Hockey in Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd, the goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Experience Predators hockey all season long. Visit NashvillePredators.com/season tickets and join the Loyal Legion today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets. And we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
We've got something special. We'll tell you about it later in the show. It's going to be Nashville Predators Night coming up this week for Main Street. Main Street will be there, and we are going to have our special night and all sorts of wonderful things that you can go to Main Street Media TV or Main Street Media TN.com and register for a prize pack to the Nashville Predators. Hey, the Daily Yummy is brought to you by the Preds, and today we're going to go to Wilson County, and our crazy friend from Blackwell Realty and Auction, Jason Goolsby, is on the scene, and ain't nobody knows his way around an Irish tater than Jason Goolsby.
If you're new or thinking about being new to Wilson County, then this video is for you. I call this my favorite tater foods. Let's go.
But first, a little vocabulary lesson here. This is a tater. Repeat after me. Tater. Okay, here we go. First, let's go over to Watertown. Three Forks Marketplace. In the middle of Watertown. You can't miss it. Let's look at these. Oh, tater logs ain't just for college anymore. These babies are delicious. Look at those giant tater logs, that crisp gold batter. I got the volume turned down, but when I bite it right there, it crunches like a freaking Granny Smith apple. So delicious, so good. Try them without the sauce first. Get to really appreciate that fried goodness. But they do give you a sauce. It's this honey mustard. I've never had Charlie Big's honey mustard before. It's a spicy honey mustard, and I really enjoyed it. But I got the 4 logs and tenders meal, which was $9.99. There's your little bonus footage. Look at that crispy jewel. Four of each for $9.99 as I record this. Now let's go over to Sammy B's in Lebanon, up by the City Hall. Beautiful building if you've never been there. Very cool decor. And this is one of my favorite. This is one of the most unique dishes in Lebanon. The blue chip chippers. Homemade potato chips, some blue cheese drizzled on there, bacon, chives, tomato. Oh my gosh, sprinkle a little pepper on there. And these babies are something to write home about. Look at that. Get in my belly right now. Get over here. Oh, yes. And I'm just apologize for my little buddy hanging on my lip. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it until after I'd already shot the video. But anyways, the bacon and those crisps, and I get it here in just, there we go. It's gone. These are delicious. Oh, I love them. And now let's go to Demas's family-owned restaurant here in Lebanon. The seafood stuffed potato, baked potato, shrimp, surimi, tomatoes, mushrooms, onions, peppers, and Alfredo sauce. You can have that one. But, oh, here's a head fake. We're going to go with the blackened chicken stuffed potato instead. It is a baked potato, chunks of chicken in Louisiana cream sauce, and that just not enough words for it. Look at that. Oh, my Lord in heaven. Look at that butter in that sauce over there to the left. Oh, and look at the steam coming off of that. This is a very light meal for $12. It's a perfect amount, sits on your stomach really good. Not too heavy. It's a good light meal. Get around the edges and get some of that dry potato. Get around the edges like I did right there, and then run it through some of that sauce that's on the plate, and then just eat up. And here's my thumbs up. Sing a funeral song right here. Gone, vanished. And I'm going to catch some flack for this, but I don't care. Bojangles. One of my favorite things are the bow rounds at Bojangles. I don't care. They round like my head, round like the middle of my belly. Speaking of belly, get in my belly. Get in there. Oh, look at that. Perfect goodness. Anyways, yes, bow rounds. Bow rounds are one of my faves. Love getting them in some coffee in the morning. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you're moving to Middle Tennessee, give me a call. I'd love to help you. Peace out.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Miller from Mornings on Main Street. Join us March 23rd at Bridgestone Arena with the Nashville Predators for Main Street Media Night. I know Devin O'Day will be here.
You know I will be, Stephanie. Plus, you can register for a Predators prize pack. They were going to call it the Hockey Hootenanny, but they changed. So that it's going to have 4 tickets and food vouchers. You got to register to win.
We're looking forward to seeing all of our Main Street Sports Today fans, right, Chris?
Absolutely, we are. And we could not do this without, of course, our owner, Dave Gould, and our friends here at Smashville.
Speaking of,
Where is Dave?
we will see you March 23rd for Main Street Media Night. Let's go, Preds!
Do I have the wrong night?
MainStreetMediaTN.com. Now let's head for some more information when it comes to weightlifting. A lot of you and a lot of me, we don't really realize that there are some things that we might do that might injure ourselves. And I found this young lady. She is in Nashville, and the channel is called The Musician's Essentials. And it's, because a good, strong core helps you be a better artist. If you're a singer, if you're a speaker, even if you have back issues, a stronger core helps with all of that. A stronger pelvic floor helps with a lot of other things. Let's just say these workouts are really great. And there's 4 tips that she offers us that I'd love to share with you right now. It's the basics of weightlifting form. The Musician's Essentials. Stay tuned.
So let's talk the basics of weightlifting form. These are the things that I wish I had known when I first started strength training. I probably wouldn't have gotten injured, and musicians need to know this first and foremost above all. I cover these things in my book, The Musician's Essential Exercises, but I'm going to give them to you today. So, first things first, your spine wants to remain in neutral. How do you do that? You brace. What's bracing? I'm about to show you. So, imagine someone's about to punch you. What did you just do? You went, and everything here drew in all the way around. You've got a muscle called the transverse abdominis. It goes from your ribs here all the way down to your pelvis, and it's underlying the sexy six-pack muscles. It underlies everything else. It holds everything in nice and tight underneath. It's notoriously weak in a lot of people. I don't care how good your support is as a musician, your TVA still might be weak. So, to get your TVA to turn on, so to speak, and to get it activated and working right, we have to brace. And that's the first thing you do in any kind of strength training before you do any kind of exercise, okay? So I want you to pretend like someone's gonna punch you and you go, okay? I'm bracing now, but I'm still breathing. That's key, okay? You're also not locking your knees. So number 1, you're gonna brace. Number 2, I want you to roll your shoulders, and on the back and down, we call this retract and depress the scapula. You're gonna roll your shoulder blades back and down and hold them there. Now brace. Suddenly, your spine is just super strong, okay? It's also neutral. It's not forward flexed, it's not rounded, it's not arched. You have braced, retracted and depressed the scapula. That's number 2. Number 3, and this is a little controversial with some people, keep your feet straight when you squat. This is not a forever and ever thing, but especially when you're starting out, when your feet go out, that can be indicator of core weakness. It can be indicator of a bunch of different muscle imbalances. The situation is you want to be able to keep your feet straight when you squat, okay? We'll show you what that looks like. So if my feet are straight, when I squat, my knees, are they going over my toes? They're going in line with my toes, but I'm also pushing my hips back, which is the fourth part of form, which is you want to hinge from your hips. This is my pelvis. This is a bone. This is not my hip. My hip joint is this joint right here where my leg meets my torso. So if you put your fingers in that hip joint and you press hard enough, guess what happens? Your butt goes back. Now, are you braced with your shoulders back? Your spine is now nice and neutral and strong. When you push your hips back, we call that a hinge. If you're all braced and strong, notice my spine moves as one piece. I'm not rounding, I'm not arching, and I'm not moving forward with my knees. Okay, so when your feet are straight, you're braced and you hinge. Look what happens. When your feet are not straight, this is what happens. You get some version of this or this, which changes, you let go here, you let go other places, and that changes your squat form. Now, that is not something that you necessarily need to do for all squats for all time, okay? These are basics. So, to recap, the basics of strength training form, you do this for every exercise. I don't care if it's a bicep curl. So, let me show you an example of something that seems like an arm exercise. Why would I brace, okay? Put your feet hip width apart. Are my feet straight? Yes, they are. If I do that, my knee's gonna cave in. I'm not gonna have good core strength, okay? My feet are hip width apart. I'm gonna draw in, pull my shoulders back, lock my elbows into my sides, curl up. My knees are not locked, okay? So, you use it for everything. Another example is like if you're gonna do a row, if you're gonna do a rowing maneuver. This is a big one, and I address this in my video, How to Row. But belly button's in, feet are hip width apart. Pull in, squeeze those shoulder blades back. When you pull behind you, you keep those shoulder blades back, okay? Because if you don't, guess what? You lost all the integrity in your spine and suddenly you are no longer braced. So when you pull back, you keep those shoulder blades back. Don't let your shoulders come forward, okay? I hope that helps. Go forth, enjoy the gym with confidence that you know what you're doing. So we're gonna brace, we're gonna retract and depress the scapula, keep them back and down. Hinge from the hip joint. Keep your feet straight. Have a great day.
Welcome to lovely Franklin.
We are Buffy and Brandon Barrell, the mother and son team behind LovelyFranklin.com. Founded in 1799, Franklin's story is much like many of our own. She has been wounded and has seen pain, but now she is redeemed, stronger, and more beautiful.
From the sadness of the Battle of Franklin way back in 1864 to the happiness of today, Franklin's story of tragedy to triumph is as intriguing as it gets.
Imagine a town filled with charm, beauty, romance, and historical significance that is supported by a community dedicated to preserving it all. Downtown Franklin is appropriately named America's favorite Main Street. Her bustling streets, delightful stores and shop owners, and incredible restaurants all make Franklin a unique town. She's truly a Southern belle with her grace and charm. You may even feel like you've stepped into a Hallmark movie. She makes the perfect romantic vacation or family staycation, a fun gentleman's weekend, or the greatest girlfriend getaway. Our LovelyFranklin.com travel guides will show you the best 48 hours you can have in Franklin, Tennessee.
Our blog features the backstories of Franklin's most stunning historic homes and interesting places, along with her most fascinating people.
Visit our website at lovelyfranklin.com and get our free weekend travel guide. Your adventure with Lovely Franklin is about to begin.
Lovely Franklin. Lovely Franklin.
I love when I find something so interesting. This mother and son team, they're fantastic. Lovelyfranklin.com. You can follow their blog. You can follow their YouTube channel. I love sharing ways to be a tourist in your own hometown. Middle Tennessee is rich. I mean, rich. And landmark booksellers. My sister was in a movie called The Bridge. It was a 2-part movie for, I think it was Lifetime. It might have been, I don't know. I think it was Lifetime. Anyway, The Bridge, you can find it on Amazon Prime. It was actually based on landmark booksellers in Franklin, Tennessee. Karen Kingsbury, the writer that was just featured in that video, actually lives in Franklin, and she's got a brand new book out, and I love sharing things. She's a Franklin native. So Karen Kingsbury, Landmark Booksellers, lovelyfranklin.com. Check out that wonderful mother and son team. All right. If it is one thing that I love talking about, it's safety. And the Brentwood Fire Department has got a great way to just kind of a checklist. I mean, do you have a fire extinguisher in your home, in your kitchen, in your car? Do you carry it? Do you have some things to stop fires like baking soda that's on the ready? There are all sorts of new products. And I thought I would share this. You might want to take a few notes because fires can be stopped very quickly before a fire engine comes around the corner.
Hi, I'm Chief Jeff Pender, Fire Marshal for the City of Brentwood, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Fire Safety House. We will be teaching mainly children with this Fire Safety House all about fire safety, what to do if there is a fire, how to get out and stay out, and how to be safe if there's a fire that occurs in their house.
My name is Engineer Stephen White with the Brentwood Fire and Rescue Department. Just as you would do with your smoke detectors, you know, detecting is probably one of the best things you do for fire at homes. Easily check them just by going up and just pushing a little button. If they sound off, then they're working. So this is a discharged fire extinguisher. So it's actually been used up to this point. The needle should actually be within the green parameter here, and that lets you know that it's charged and ready. I keep an extinguisher. I keep one in my garage, one in my vehicle. Each vehicle that I have, I keep one upstairs because I have a 2-story home. So I keep one upstairs and I keep one in my kitchen. Fancy, nice grill that you got for Father's Day or Mother's Day. You know, those things are typically going to be your biggest cause of house fires. And if you take a look at the example over here, you see someone has clumsily left their towel on the stove. And then, you know, little Timmy or little Tammy has also left their toy on the stove as well. And this happens more often than not, where, you know, you turn on the stove, you walk away, you think you're only going to be gone for a few moments, and when you get back, your kitchen's on fire, your stove is on fire. So the number one cause is going to be cooking your kitchen equipment. People oftentimes get confused about what to do in light of a grease fire. Well, easiest thing to do is first remove it from the heat. So you want to pull that grease away from the heat. Next thing to do is smother it. So if you've got that lid nearby, just take that lid and put it on top of that pot. I promise you, it will go out. If you don't have a lid nearby, you know, grab something that is not flammable, like salt or baking soda, and then you can smother the fire that way. Technically, that's what's in your extinguisher. It's baking soda. So, you know, that's basically what gets sprayed out of your extinguisher. Don't use non-dairy creamer. Whatever you do, do not use non-dairy creamer. It is extremely flammable. Other common causes of household fires are things like open flame, especially candles. So take that candle, make sure that it's in a container itself, make sure that it's an approved candle, and then also put that container itself onto something. We typically use a plate. Make sure that it's not surrounded by houseplants or draperies. Keep it away from all of those things. Just keep it isolated to itself, and that way you can enjoy your candle. We'll see in homes extension cords used as permanent wiring. Those aren't necessarily made for that purpose. Now, using an extension cord to plug up some lighting that you need for a little while or something like that, that's fine. But those extension cords eventually can burn out. And then, things like the dryer. You want to clean out your lint vent, your dryer lint vent, and you want to dispose of that lint pretty efficiently too, because that lint is extremely flammable. It's the tiny little fibers that come off of your clothing, and they're very, very flammable. So if you can separate those, if you want to put them in the trash can, it's fine. I tend to put a little water on them, saturate them, and then throw them into the trash can. That stops them from being nearly as volatile as they normally are. You can hire a service to come on in and clean out your vent as well, the vent that goes from the dryer to the exhaust outside of your home. And we've seen, a few of those where that can actually catch fire as well. It just takes one little spark.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you've learned a lot about fire safety and the Fire Safety House. If you would like to know more, please refer to our website, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us research program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit JoinAllofUs.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
JoinAllofUs.org/50Forward. 50Forward has some really great programs, and they want you to be part of that wonderful research study, and we want to all be counted. I love that they are doing so much to promote our health and doing so much to help my group, 50 and over in Middle Tennessee, have a good time. 50forward.org is a place where you can always find something to do and some fun people to do it with. Gallatin has some news. They recently, this past weekend, had the Sumner County Community Cleanup. March 25th, we're going to have another community cleanup for Sumner County. So if you're interested, I hope that you'll follow along. We'll keep you posted on other cleanups. When it's spring cleaning, a lot of our communities are doing some spring cleanups in some of our waterways and some of our big open areas, some of our parks, and some of our greenways. So if you'd like to be a part of it, just stay tuned because we'll keep you posted. There's a little toddler construction time at Patterson Park. Murfreesboro is the place where it's happening.
Kids at Patterson Park get a special treat with a hands-on look at some construction vehicles used by the Murfreesboro Street Department.
We are doing a presentation for the kids at Patterson Park Community Center with dump trucks, patch trucks, and a backhoe.
Every month for story time, there's a different theme, and this month's was construction. So what better place to turn than our very own hard-working street department?
Teaching them about the patch truck, which does the potholes in Murfreesboro, the backhoe, which does a little bit of everything, and then the dump truck, same thing, does a little bit of everything.
Along with getting to see the trucks, kids make crafts and read books all about the theme. It's a great way to engage children and their family and to learn and see something new.
That's pretty cool. I like it. I love kids, so to see them being excited, I'm cool with that.
With lots of fun things to do, there was one thing that was a favorite of the group.
With the kids, probably the backhoe. They like that one because they're able to get up in it and not supposed to push no buttons, but I'm pretty sure they're going to hit a few.
For more information on upcoming events at Patterson and other parks facilities, visit murfreesboroparks.com. For City TV, Michael Lynn White.
You can follow along murfreesborotn.gov. They have a lot of great programming of the new things coming up in Murfreesboro. And of course, follow Murfreesboro Post because we cover it in our paper as well. A really cool night coming up for Wilson County's New Leash on Life. A night out for New Leash on Life. It is April 27th, and you can find out more information by just going on New Leash on Life. It is a night to celebrate and raise money for a great organization in Wilson County to help not only the animals of Wilson County, but further out where we've had to do they've had some spay and neuter clinics, some low-cost spay and neuter clinics like in Putnam County that were closed down. So those folks are coming in and getting some low-cost veterinary stuff taken care of just by coming in for us. So we need to raise money for those because the way to stop the overpopulation of animals and to stop the euthanasia of animals is to stop it by spay and neuter. And it's important that we do that. You guys are so wonderful every day. I'm so glad that you join. You follow, you subscribe, and you share, and you correspond every day. And I just love hearing from you. So wherever you're watching, thank you. All of our Main Street media television channels, from the Portland Sun to the Hendersonville Standard, the Cheatham County Exchange, and more. We are glad that you are here. And if you follow on the Devin O'Day page or on LinkedIn or Twitter, we thank you. And we love when you share. God bless you. Be safe, be kind, and remember, most of all, you are loved. Have a great rest of your day.
We are home. We are family. We are things to do and place to see. Mom and pops, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main Street today.